What is happening, wonderful people? So yesterday I got a chance to go see Song Sung Blue, and in this film, two down on their luck performers form a Neil Diamond tribute band, proving it's never too late to find love and follow your dreams. And that's all I can say without giving too much away. Let's talk about it.
What's your favorite scary movie?
So in Song Sung Blue, this film is a musical biopic, if that's what you want to call it. It stars Hugh Jackman, Kate Hudson, and when I first saw the trailer for this film, I was like, I have to go see this now. I absolutely have to go see it, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. A few people here and there are talking about it, and it does have a 79 as of today on Rotten Tomatoes, so it is really good. Yesterday it had like an 80, 83, so it went down a little bit, but when I saw the trailer, I absolutely had to go see it. I had to go see this film, and make no mistake, this film is not a Neil Diamond musical biopic about his life. It's not. It is about Lightning and Thunder. They formed a Neil Diamond tribute band, and I was really looking forward to that because I love the song Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. Me and my best friend Derek, we would always jam out to that song when we were going places together, and it's just I love that song so much, and I think Neil Diamond is an absolute musical genius. So after having seen the film, I liked it, but it's not perfect. So if you're new to my channel, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I talk about my positives first, and I talk about my negatives next. But even when I need to be positive, I will be negative. Even when I need to be negative, I will be positive as well. And while I really did enjoy this film overall, there is technically one thing, but a few things in a way that I wasn't the biggest fan of, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But overall, I really did enjoy this film, and I think if you are, again, if you're a Neil Diamond fan, if you are a Neil Diamond fan, if you're a fan of Sweet Caroline, I think you will really, really enjoy this film. But again, it's not a Neil Diamond biopic. It's not a Neil Diamond biopic. This is about Lightning and Thunder, Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, and it's by no means perfect. It's not a perfect film. It's not, but it is packed with tons of heart. And what I mean by that is mainly in the first act, it's just a feel-good film, and it is a really just good film to just sit back mainly in the first act and just be like, man, this really feels good. Like, this has so much heart. It's packed with tons of heart, and it feels so energetic and lively. And I really think that mainly in the first act as well, but mainly the second act and third act is where the emotional beats really do hit. And I wasn't crying my eyes out, I wasn't, but I was just sitting there and I was watching it, and I'm just like, man, this really is hitting. Like, again, I'm not fully crying, but I understand where these characters are coming from, and I understand the things that they are going through in this film, even though I've never gone through those things. I never have. It's so sad to see. And I think the performances in here from Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, they are absolutely fantastic in here. They are fantastic. Hugh Jackman is really good in here. Like, both performances are Oscar-worthy performances. I don't know if they'll get nominated. I think while Hugh Jackman was really, really good and he has a chance of getting nominated, Kate Hudson knocked it out of the park. Like, I honestly think she has a better chance of getting nominated because they were both great. They really were both great in here, but Kate Hudson was the better performer in here. I think Kate Hudson absolutely knocked it out of the park in here, and I think their chemistry is off the charts as well. Like, even in the first act, like, just when they talk to each other, just the dialogue, the script back and forth, you really just want to be there and just listen to them talk. You know, you just want to stand there and kind of be the third wheel in a way, right? And just be like, yeah, like, I understand, even though I'm not talking in the conversation, I understand what y'all are saying back and forth to each other. And you actually care about their characters, what they go through in the third and second act. You actually really do care about their characters and their relationship, what they go through in those acts, right? You really care, and you just feel the dread, and you feel just the stakes, and you feel just the consequences, and you just feel just the second chances right in here. And I think the musical moments in here are really, really great, especially if you're a Neil Diamond fan. You know, if you love Sweet Caroline, or any other Neil Diamond songs. That's really the only one I'm like technically familiar with because I listened to that song my whole life, you know. But if you're, it's shot beautifully. It's shot beautifully as well, and I think the story for the most part really is intriguing because I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know this was a true story until the trailer came out, you know. And I just love that Hollywood is just really pumping out these true stories that you didn't know about, whether it's this film, whether it's Roofman, right, whether it's The Smashing Machine. I didn't know anything about those stories, but I ended up loving those two, and I really did enjoy this one. And I think the pace is good for the most part, and you actually really do feel the story depth, and you really do feel the character depth, and you really do feel the emotional depth as well. But now talking about my negatives, while I did enjoy this film overall, there is in a way one thing, but I guess a few things. It kind of is one thing, it's kind of just one that I want to talk about, and it's not really a negative, but you could perceive it as a negative. You could say it is a negative. And like I mentioned, the first act, what I said earlier, the first act is very lively and fun and energetic and very lighthearted, right? But when they shift to the second act, and then when that shifts to the third act, there's a tonal shift. There is a really big tonal shift, and I understand the reason they did that in here is because this is based on a true story, and this did happen in real life. It did. But it's just something happens in the second or third act that almost took me out of the film. It almost took me out of the film, and a tonal shift occurs, and it becomes almost a little too dark and depressing for me. It becomes really, really, really bleak, and I don't mind when a film gets dark and serious, and I understand for this film in particular because it's a true story and because this actually happened in real life. I know I mentioned that earlier, I talked about that. I understand why it had to happen in this movie, you know. But and you think of movies like The Iron Claw, right? I love The Iron Claw. I think The Iron Claw is a better film, and I think it is tragic as well because that is a true story, but I really enjoyed that, and I did enjoy this film as well. But, you know, The Iron Claw, even though that's dark, this film is way too dark. It's way too dark. And again, I don't mind when a film gets dark and serious. I know I mentioned that, but you have to see the film to understand where I'm coming from. And when you see the film, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's what he's talking about. Like, what? Like, did that actually happen? I don't know if that actually happened. No way that happened. Okay, I feel so bad for this family. Like, that's what you're gonna like think about when you see this film. You're gonna be like, wow, he was telling the truth. Like, he was not lying. Like, this is dark, and the first act again. The film is so fun and energetic, and you know, there's times in the third and second act where it does feel energetic, but and there's maybe a few times in the first act when it feels a little dark, you know. But they make it so dark and depressing, and it really just almost pulls you out of it, and it gets dark. It really does. So yeah, overall with Song Sung Blue, I really did enjoy this film. Besides it being a little dark and depressing, you know, but as a Neil Diamond fan, as a fan of Sweet Caroline, I really did enjoy this film. So with Song Sung Blue, I will give this film a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And with Song Sung Blue, I will say dedicate your time. If you are a Neil Diamond fan, if you're a Hugh Jackman fan, if you're a Sweet Caroline fan, if you're a Kate Hudson fan, I think you might really enjoy it. That'll wrap up this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, comment, share this video. We just hit 1K subs a while back. We're now at 1.2K. Next milestone is 2K and 3K after that, beyond that as well. And if you're new as well, I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, trailer reaction, movie live streams, movie news, movie rankings, all that wonderful movie stuff under the movie umbrella. And let's talk about the comments down below. Did you like this movie? Did y'all not like this movie? Are y'all gonna go see it in theaters, or are y'all gonna wait to watch it on streaming? Let's talk about it down below. Keep talking movies, wonderful people. Cheers.